So I am joined here today by a very, very, very special guest, Mr. Ross, aka Mr. Boss for the win. How are you doing, dude?
What's up, Sonny? It's good to be on, man. Good to be on.
Cool. So what made you get on in the first place anyway? I know how it all happened, of course, because I was just like, it was a little bit of banter on your live stream. I came on, it's like, yo, dude, how are you doing?
Yeah, I saw you in my my live stream chat, and a lot of times there's like so many fakes of every single person. Like there's so many fake YouTubers, and I saw your name, and I was like, is that like the Sonny from 8-Bit? I was like, I used to watch his content, so yeah, I saw that you said you wanted to talk, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, it's so cool, dude. It's so cool. Like I know right now I'm a pretty small time dude, but like I'm actually honored to have you on. It's really cool, dude.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
All right, so let's talk about GTA a little bit. What are your thoughts on gun running?
On gun running, I wish I enjoyed it more. And this is not a knock on gun running, but my personal opinion is that it's just a modified version of bikers. You just do a whole lot more waiting. So I feel like 50% of this update is like, well, we have the supplies. Now you just got to wait for your staff to make it. And like all the items that you have to unlock, it's, well, you can spend, $250,000 and get this instantly, or you can wait like 2 full days in order to unlock it. So I enjoy all the stuff. Like the vehicles are cool, but I don't like the business because it just takes too long. I want to like get into things real quick. And I just feel like it takes way too long to get going.
Yeah, it's basically a knockoff, isn't it, of every other DLC they put off lately. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's like the last 3 have been like the same. Like the finance and felony stuff was crate running. The biker stuff is drug running. The import export stuff is car running. Now this is gun running. So they're all really similar, and I think it's getting a little too similar.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shame though, but it makes for semi-fun live stream content though. It's a nice addition, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. They made a lot of positive changes to the game, and I've been enjoying all the vehicles so far. It's a ton of fun just rolling around in the modified dune buggy, or the oppressor bike is the coolest thing ever. That is so awesome to just like fly around in, so I can't complain about that.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Like I don't play multiplayer myself anymore, but now freaking script hook and stuff all got updated.
Yeah, you can get in single player.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, that was like
what a crazy 10 days it's been with that story. That's like a whole nother topic, but man,
dude,
that's just nuts.
I was so freaking scared, right? Like I am a part of the machinima community, and that is like the backbone. Not per se script hook as well, but open 4 and script hook of all of our machinimas, right? And when that got taken down, I was like, I'm fucking done. I can't do anything anymore right now. It was so creepy. It was really creepy. It's like they took a direct jab at an entire freaking community.
I feel like there's still a lot of this story that's unwritten, and a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes. What was stated recently by them, and that's why I haven't covered it as much, because I feel like every day something's changing. Like this got taken down, that got taken down. The next day they retract the statement. So I feel like there's a lot going on, and I feel like the little paragraph they put out is just the beginning on this, Take-Two versus Rockstar versus modding kind of situation. But at least the positive is that they seem to be on the side of letting single player mods exist as long as they don't impact online, which I think is fine.
Exactly right. It's not harming anyone. It's just that a creative community benefits from this so much, and it was really, really weird to see they do that. So where do you think they're gonna like take this then?
I thought they were gonna take the nuclear option, which is what they were going. They were just like cease and desist that, cease and desist this. But I think that Rockstar did see the backlash from it. Not only, from us in the community, but they also saw their Steam rating go from, what was it, like super positive to like very negative. I don't know the full details on that, but the community's outcry, they definitely heard it. And I definitely think they passed that on to Take-Two and said, what are you guys doing here? This is something you cannot do. So I'm hopeful that, like I said, they resolve it in a way where single player mods can exist as they should, but they do eliminate the harmful online mods where, players are losing millions of dollars and, they're just griefing people. So I hope that's probably the most win-win situation right there. If they can do that, that'd be awesome.
Do you play GTA Online on PC at all in your like spare time and just head into a free roam session by yourself?
Sometimes I do. It's interesting, that's for sure.
And have you come across modders like recently?
Not as maliciously as before the Gunrunning update. You'll still come across some people that will spawn some stuff on you or will teleport to you or whatever the case is, but nothing certainly as bad as like the insurance fraud glitches and, you know, deleting your items in game, stuff like that. So it seems to be improved.
I've always like thought like, because it's such a lucrative business, right? Like modders and people having these mod menus actually make a lot of money as well, right? Like,
oh yeah, they sell it.
Yeah,
like it's like a real business.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So I do feel like, regardless of Rockstar and what Take-Two would have done, like taking down Open 4. And just to clarify a little bit on Open 4 real quick, like Open 4 is a platform that is just solely used to implement mods and look into the files. Like it's not a modding tool itself in a way. But I feel like since it's such a lucrative business that modders and whatnot would have found a way around it anyway, regardless of Open 4 being there or not. But I'm just, all in all, I'm just glad that Rockstar, it looked like Rockstar was the good guy in this situation in the end and like stood up for everyone and modders and machinima creators, anyone using the platform. So I'm really freaking happy about that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it is a business, and I'm sure Rockstar wanted to come to the defense earlier. But, you know, at the end of the day, they make video games, number one, because they're good at it, but number two, because they obviously make a ton of money, and that's the bottom line. And I'm sure they had to, you know, write out this process with Take-Two Interactive as well. They couldn't just jump to the defense of modders and completely contradict what their publisher said. So I'm sure there's a lot of things behind closed doors that we will never even hear about that is, you know, part of the process of resolving this.
Exactly. And regarding like GTA5 DLC, what do you think is next? Is there going to be a next at all?
There's got to be. I mean, obviously with the delay of Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't remember what was the earliest date it could come out. I think it was like April 1st because they said it wasn't going to come out like the first fiscal year. I don't remember the exact details, but that would be a long time without new GTA Online content. And Rockstar knows it makes money. Take-Two Interactive knows it makes money. And it's relatively easy for them to do. I have my own personal ideas of what I'd like to see, but I think that there's definitely going to be a couple more big ones.
What do you like to see then?
So this is just my idea. This is just a free ball. I want to see kind of like an old Vinewood DLC. So it features kind of like based on the movie scene. So one of them would be like bringing back older movie style cars. One of them would be like the Deluxo, which is a vehicle from Vice City, as I'm sure you know. They could do some other like classic James Bond cars. Maybe introduce some new places to live. Take advantage of all the big houses in Vinewood. I think that could be awesome.
Oh my god, the Mansion DLC. That was a thing a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'll be so cool. So what does this mean for your channel then? Like, let's say they're going to put out, like, I think it's safe to say, I guess I agree with you on that one, that we'll see at least one more pretty big DLC. We have to, right? But what happens for you afterwards? Are you going to move over to Red Dead, or are you going to stick with GTA 5 and see what happens?
I think it's going to be a little bit of both. Red Dead Redemption 2 is obviously going to be a huge game, and it's a Rockstar title, which I've played other Rockstar titles on my channel before. I've gone through the entire Bully game, which is actually probably my second favorite Rockstar series over Red Dead. Obviously, nothing against the greatness that is the Red Dead franchise, but I love Bully. And all the recent rumors of a second Bully have gotten me really excited. But I think that GTA Online is going to get consistent updates. I think it's maybe not in the form of what we're seeing right now with Gunrunning, but I think there's going to be constant event weeks. I think that they will rehash the holiday updates that are relatively easy for them to do. When, you know, Christmas rolls around, I'm sure they'll add snow into the game. So I think there's going to be updates, but Red Dead is something I'm definitely going to focus on, and it should be a lot of fun.
So, like, now we're gonna tap into the sensitive stuff for us.
Bring it.
Yeah, dude. So, the content you are creating right now, right? You've been doing this for, how long have you been doing this for?
So I started, are you talking about strictly GTA, or are you talking about when I first started my YouTube channel?
Well, let's talk about GTA.
GTA. So I started to get interested. I'd played GTA for a long time, but more as just a fan. Obviously, not into making YouTube videos. Started with Vice City, San Andreas, and then 4, and obviously 5. And I got interested in GTA 5 the summer before it released. And for the longest time, I was making just Call of Duty videos, very similar to what I make right now, but I only had like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. And I obviously saw the giant magnitude of GTA 5. I knew this was going to be, if not the biggest game of all time, one of the biggest games of all time. And there's just a couple things that went well. You have to get a little bit lucky. Apparently, I did at the start. Obviously, jumping on it very early helped too. But yeah, I just knew GTA 5 was going to be a massive game that was going to draw a huge audience. Did I ever imagine it was going to be like it is today? Absolutely not. But I think it's just been a very interesting journey from the start. A little bit of luck, a little bit of good timing, and that obviously helps everyone out.
Yeah, exactly. Because back in the day, you were not doing this all by yourself. There was a shit ton of YouTubers. I think it's mainly as well, to elaborate a little bit on that, like the commentary genre wasn't really a huge thing before GTA 5. Is that right?
In terms of the GTA scene?
I guess, no, in terms of general, like, I think...
General, there was a lot of Call of Duty commentators, because that's kind of where I came from. I grew up watching a lot of the old school guys like Hutch, CNanners, everyone on like Machinima Respawn. That's the reason I started, is because I wanted to be friends with them. That's literally the only reason. I was like, well, they're not going to be friends with me if I'm a nobody. So I've got to like record my own videos. I've got to do this. And then maybe they'll notice me and we'll become friends. That's really the only reason I got into it. So, but I never watched any GTA 4 commentaries, if you can see my air quotes there. Really, the only thing I watched on GTA 4 would either be like stunt montages or, tutorials on how to beat a mission or something like that. That was pretty much about it.
Yeah, I think there was. I don't think there was really commentary genres back in those days on GTA 4, because there was not, like, DLC didn't came out the same way as it does in GTA 5 on the regular basis. Like, when they dropped something, it was fucking massive though. Like back in the GTA.
It's a shame too, because those the DLCs in 4 were unbelievable. They were so good.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's probably expensive to make, and Rockstar probably understands that online generates more money for less cost. But those DLCs were so incredible.
So, like, you've been doing this for a pretty damn long time then, yeah? And do you still enjoy making this content up until this point?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think it's something that I found a niche for in the GTA community, and I think that it's definitely something that I enjoy. I like figuring out, what's going to be coming up next, and, how this might impact that. And honestly, I think it's what I do best. Yeah, I've told you this, that I'm not exceedingly funny, nor am I exceedingly the best at the game. So I do what I enjoy, which is finding out what's coming out next. When whatever does come out, we explore it, we, play with it, we have fun, and that's pretty much the extent of it.
But, like, let's say the Gunrunning, right? The Gunrunning, you must have seen this. You must have seen this on Reddit, and it became basically a meme, right? Every time something gets announced, like, sure as fuck there's people on the fucking Twitter posts of Rockstar say, like, oh, here goes Ross making 100 videos on it. But the thing is, you make quite a lot of videos before something is actually released. Now, how and why do you do this? Like, it's how? How?
I think with Gunrunning in particular, it was a contribution of a couple things. Number one, they announced Gunrunning before Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit. Like, they in the intro paragraph, they literally talked about Gunrunning. And I think by far, everyone was already more excited about that than Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit. Number two, speaking of Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit, in my opinion, that was one of the most underwhelming DLCs of all time. I thought that the original stunt races were awesome, but I don't think that the special vehicle ones, at least the ones that they chose, the Ruiner 2000, Rocket Voltic, Aqua Blazer, I didn't think that was very enjoyable at all. And then there was only like 2 or 3 cars that they had added into the files. So that update really didn't provide a whole lot of anything in terms of content for the players itself, unless you really enjoy doing the stunt races over and over again. Or in terms of someone like myself who's looking to, provide tips and tricks or information. And also number two, it might not have seemed like it, but on the back end, we were getting a lot of information on gun running, whether it was coming from leaks or whether it was coming from someone like FunMW2 finding, bunker icons in the game, talking about where those bunkers could be. So it's kind of a combination of that. And the fact that this update was probably the most hyped update of all time, just in terms of the amount of promotion that Rockstar provided for it, which I think they did like 3 or 4 news wires leading up to it. And just the fact that it had been 6 months since import-export. I think the community was going crazy for this DLC.
Well, like still, you get very minimal information. Even like FunMW2 or whatever Jan tweets out. He doesn't do it, by the way, if you read that. Jan is done.
Yeah, I just saw that, yeah.
Yeah, but you get very minimal information, yet you find a way to make a lot of video. I haven't counted the exact amount. I haven't paid attention to that. But it's a lot of videos. Like, doesn't that get boring in a way?
It's just something I enjoy doing. I enjoy, talking about, what this might be or what this might do. Talking about, things from previous GTA DLCs that might have been imported into this. Which, speaking of which, why did Rockstar took advantage of absolutely nothing cut from the game? I mean, we got the APC from GTA 4, but that's about it. I was hoping to see the cut weapons. I think one of them was like the assault sniper, the heavy MG. I don't know them off the top of my head, but there was a lot of things they could have done that I feel like they didn't. But yeah, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. This is something I've done for 4 to 5 to 6 years, and it's honestly just something I enjoy. I enjoy talking about the game. I enjoy talking about what's next. And I think it's fun in a way to just kind of speculate and guess, what if or what could be.
How does money factor into this for you? Your YouTube earnings. Is that another reason why you make that many videos on it?
No, I try to not go a day without uploading. I've always wanted to provide content, and I feel like that's good for not only myself, it keeps me on a schedule, but hopefully people that are subscribed to me, they know that, okay, every day there's going to be, something I can watch or something I can enjoy. And that's pretty much it. Even if I'm sick or if I've got something going on, I try to plan ahead. I mean, last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever Gunrunning came out, I was at E3 for this conference, and I wanted to make sure I still had, videos to upload. So I was working with my team, working with my awesome group of moderators on my channel, just to try and get content up as best as I could. And that's just the bottom line. It's just I have a commitment to my channel and to trying to make videos. And I never wanted to just not upload anything, because I know that would be a bad formula, not only for trying to help continue to grow my channel, but also for my subscribers that enjoy, hopefully, the sort of videos that I make.
You get called out on many situations that you make 10-minute long videos. You stretch videos out quite a bit, like even on minimal information, right? It happens. Does that have to do with the money, or do you have this feeling that you need this time to get all the information out there? Because to elaborate a little bit on that, I know how the YouTube algorithm works. The longer videos you make, YouTube prefers that over shorter form content. That's a fact, because if you put more ads in it, YouTube will make more money off of that as well. So is it because you want to make more money, or is it because you feel like you need that time to get everything out there?
It's not that I feel like I need to make more money at all. That isn't really something I look into all that much. Number one, I'm not the fastest talker in the world. I know that's not an excuse or anything like that. But number two, some videos, they take over 10 minutes, some they don't. Like when you mentioned this, I just pulled up my channel right now. Some videos I have are 5 minutes, some are 4 minutes, some are 14 minutes, some are 8 minutes. It all depends on what I'm trying to get out. And that's just the bottom line.
It does make sense, because I've seen this. I've been over on your channel. I've been checking out your definitely your more recent uploads, and yes, there's a big change in your timing, but it wasn't completely like that before. Like before, it was a lot of 10-minute plus videos.
I try to do a lot of live streams too. Like if something's going to be exceedingly long, for example, one of the most recent live streams I did, I have no idea when this is going up, but one of the most recent live streams I did was the using single player mods, woohoo, to customize the unreleased vehicles. And that could have easily been, a 20 or 25 minute video. But that's something I wanted to live stream because that would have been a little bit easier. So that's what I try and do as well. If I feel like something's going to be exceedingly long that wouldn't make sense for a video, then I try and throw it onto a live stream. But as I mentioned, it's, some videos, they go over 10 minutes. Some videos, they go under 10 minutes. There's no goal I'm trying to hit with each one. It's just how long it takes for me to get the information out there. And if you think I'm slow, then I guess I'm slow. But that's how I've done it, and it's been working for me. And that's just the way it is.
Did YouTube change for you at all when money got involved? Because you haven't been doing this obviously full time for your entire life. At some point, that was like the breaking point where you were like, okay, I'm going to stop doing whatever I'm doing right now and I'm going to focus on YouTube. Did that change your game at all?
Well, that's actually a misconception that I see a lot of people talking about. I have only been doing this full time for 1 year. So almost a year exactly. Up until last year, I was a full-time student. A lot of people don't know this. I've graduated from university with honors. I have a degree in business administration. So if YouTube were to just evaporate right then and now, I mean, it would obviously be a huge bummer, but I would go into the quote-unquote real world. I would find myself a job and proceed like that. So all this time from last year in 2015 and 14 and 13, I've been a student in high school and then a student in college.
Oh, really? I never knew that. I thought you were doing this like for a way longer time because you had the income before. You had the income to go full time way before that time, but you really wanted to finish the school then.
Yeah, I didn't want to drop out. The degree is something that I'm going to have with me for the rest of my life, and YouTube could fall off the face of the earth in a second. You never know when the bubble is going to burst, or everyone could, stop watching me. That's always a possibility. One day I could just wake up and no one watches my videos. And that's kind of the reason that I didn't want to drop out. I'm going to have that, like I said, that degree with me wherever I go, however life takes me. That's another thing. A lot of people either assume I'm like 13 or like 58. You should see my live stream comments like, what's this old man playing GTA? Or like, how did this 13-year-old get GTA? Like, I'm just a normal aged person. I know it might not look like it, but that's what it is.
That's so funny.
Like 58, like, man, you must not ever see a 50-plus-year-old person in your life.
So what you learned in school, do you apply it on YouTube as well then?
There's some general things that I can apply, like marketing, and that's obviously a huge part, branding, everything like that. Money management, you'd be surprised at how bad some YouTubers are at, managing the money they do have. So obviously there's a ton of things that I've learned, not only from school, but just the environment that I've grown up in. My parents, my friends, all of them have been, very positive in terms of role models and not, doing anything too terribly irresponsible.
Exactly. So I take it you don't live in a huge mansion then?
I don't live in a huge mansion. I'm not like Great Gatsby sitting on like his, Western New York castle. Yeah, nothing like that. I do know a few that do live like that. It's crazy though.
Yeah. It's such a scary thought. Like, you got a backup plan, right? But a lot of YouTubers don't. Like, what you're saying is 100% correct. Like, we had a huge clusterfuck a while ago when all the the advertisers pulled out of YouTube. It could happen.
Yeah, and it's a situation like that. You never know what's going to happen. Like, it's something that could be in your control, like what I mentioned, everyone just waking up and hating me one day. Or it could be something out of your control where, Google has a crisis with their advertisers and that's it. So you've got to be prepared. Everyone, I've said this, but like the YouTube thing is like a bubble. And I feel like one day it eventually, if we haven't already seen it, it will burst, and there's going to be a lot of people wondering, well, what do I do next? And that's why I always wanted to stay in school and finish that out.
So I say you're not really scared of that moment when it may come.
Well, obviously I am scared because I don't want it to end. I very much enjoy doing what I do right now. I get to wake up every day, and I really love what I get to do, which is great. I don't have to, go in and do work for someone else. I get to build what I've been working on for a really long time, and that's obviously very positive. But if that day does come, it's nice to know that I'm prepared. I feel like a doomsday prepper right now, like someone who's got like this like secret compartment in their floor with like a bunch of like canned, ready to eat meals when like all the zombies come. Like, that's how I feel like I'm sounding right now. But Just trying to be prepared.
You must be very well aware of the toxicity, like towards you and other bigger GTA YouTubers, right?
Wait, what? I've never heard any of that.
So, well, how do you deal with that shit? Because I can imagine it can get to you from time to time.
You have to have very thick skin. Obviously, I've been called every name under the sun, every adjective and noun to describe me possible. But you definitely just have to have thick skin. As far as the toxicity, I obviously wish it wasn't there. My bottom line is I wish people would focus on enjoying more of what they love and ignoring or not focusing on less of what they don't enjoy. We were talking about this earlier. That'd be like coming home and watching the same TV show over and over and over again, knowing you dislike that TV show, and then continuing to talk about why you don't like that TV show. Watch something you do enjoy, which is what I encourage everyone to do. If that's me, if that's not me, I have no problem with someone not liking my content. That's the beautiful thing about this world is everyone's entitled to their opinion. They can like what they like, dislike what they dislike. I just wish people would focus more on what they like. I feel like it's a win-win for everyone. You get to focus on what you enjoy. And if you're someone that doesn't enjoy my stuff, then there's no reason to harp on why you don't enjoy it. Just focus on what you do like.
Yeah, I can't do anything else but agree with you on that one because that's the entire
like if you like Sonny, watch Sonny. Watch Sonny. Watch every single one of his videos and tell him that he's doing an amazing job. And don't harp on the things you don't enjoy.
Yeah, most people just call me a cunt, but fair enough.
Hey, that works too.
I'll wear it like a badge though. That's interesting. So, do you watch other creators as well, making the same sort of content as you do?
I actually don't. Most of my subscriptions are to other types of YouTubers. Just off the top of my head, I watch Philip DeFranco, random channels like the Hydraulic Press channel, like the guy crushing stuff. I'm subscribed to a lot of music channels, a couple of vloggers like Casey Neistat. A lot of cooking shows, actually. I watch a bunch of cooking shows, which is kind of cool. Not a lot of, GTA YouTubers. I'm subscribed to my friends just to support them. But I feel like I focus on GTA so much during the day and during my streams that when it's all said and done, I want to escape. I want to focus on other things. Like I've been playing a lot of Rocket League and Battlegrounds lately. So when I get done playing or making my videos, I just hop straight on and try and get 1 or 2 kills in Battlegrounds before I die, and then have to restart and do the same thing over and over and over again.
Exactly. But dude, don't you want to would you not want to switch your content up to that then? Because it's just something fresh and new. Are you maybe afraid that people won't watch that?
I've tried that a little bit, and it's not that I'm not afraid to move from GTA. It's just got to be the right game. I'm not good at Battlegrounds. No one's going to watch me play get 1 to 2 kills in a Battlegrounds game. And same with Rocket League, which is one of my favorite games. I feel like Rocket League isn't good unless you can provide some sort of either entertainment value or skill value. And I feel like I would have neither of those. It just has to be the right game. I've branched out to other games like Fallout 4. I mean, some of my most popular videos aren't even GTA. They're Fallout 4. Same with other games. Like I played Just Cause 3 when it came out. So it just has to be the right game. When you think about it, GTA5 is one of the best games that is still out, and it came out in 2013. Now, I don't know if that's more of an accomplishment for Rockstar or just how, I guess, not great I felt about some of the more recent game releases, but it's just got to be the right game, and that's pretty much the bottom line.
There's not a whole lot of games out recently that are even worth playing, to be fair. It's been a real drought regarding games.
Like, even some of the recent Call of Duties, like Infinite Warfare, like, what the heck?
That was a flop and a half. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, flop and a half is right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was absolute bullshit. But the entire genre, the entire game has gotten downhill, so I hope that the next one will be halfway decent.
I'm going to give World War II a shot. I can't poo-poo it yet. You've got to at least give it a try.
So let's go back to GTA a little bit, because
Sure.
I got I asked people on Twitter and on Reddit to ask to ask you questions. Like I'm gonna ask you questions on their behalf, and one of them, people are calling your content clickbait. First of all, I want to give my opinion on that, and I want to hear yours.
Sure.
clickbait, you're not doing clickbait. Like, a lot of people don't know the fucking difference between a catchy thumbnail and a title and whatnot, and clickbait. And even your tags, I can look at the back end of your thing as well. I've got this vidIQ thing, and your tags are not clickbait either. They're all
GTA.
They're all GTA, and even on that specific topic. It's not like you're talking about whatever, But, like, it's such a bullshit thing. It pisses me off. A lot of people, like, call not only you, but other people out for things they don't even know about. It's a fucking hate bandwagon. But what is clickbait in your opinion?
I have a pretty similar definition to what you think it is. I watched the video, like the 5-minute video you did leading up to this, kind of the announcing it. And you said it's when, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but this is what I heard. It's when you click on something or you're researching something and then it's like a totally different topic. Like you look up a video of cats and it's like, a girl driving a car or something like that, just a completely separate topic. When I make my videos, I obviously make them to get the most amount of views possible. I feel like no one uploads to YouTube with the objective, I want this to be seen by as few of people as possible, unless it's privated or unlisted or some sort of educational purpose, but whatever. The analogy that I like to use is if it would be like selling a house. You can sell a house and you can list it, but before you sell your house, you could put a fresh paint of coat on there. And that fresh paint of coat will enhance people to look at the house, to check it out. And if that's what I feel it is, I try to make my videos as appealing as possible so that people want to watch them. And that's, like I said, that's what it is at the end of the day. I upload videos so that people can learn something, can, hopefully gather some information from them. But at the end of the day, it's so that, I can be seen and be watched by others, which is what I think almost any content creator would tell you the same thing. They want people to watch their videos.
Yeah, precisely. That's the sole reason why we're doing YouTube. You want to get your shit out there.
Exactly.
So, I've got one last question for you.
Sure.
Then we're going to call it a show because we said, how long have we been going for anyway? Jeez, yeah,
30-something.
What the? All right, so what's your opinion on your fellow GTA YouTubers who make similar content? There's not a whole lot of you left, by the way. That's like another.
We're going extinct. It's like the dinosaurs over here.
Yeah, it's that's another interesting. We'll talk about that real quick because you told me something. Like we had a little conversation before this, and you told me something very interesting because right now you are basically the last man standing, and it is pretty damn cool. Like I thought it really smart and a really smart mindset you had. Why you are this last man standing, because you saw everyone disappear, didn't you?
Well, over time, I mean, as GTA got older, there was obviously fewer and fewer people that became interested in it, naturally, just like anything would. And with that, there were just less people that were making YouTube videos on it consistently. And GTA is just something that I've always enjoyed, and I saw that the videos I was doing were working in terms of people having a positive response to them and, generating views and helping my channel grow. So I just kind of continued, and I mean, as you kind of mentioned, there aren't many left. Speaking to the other content creators that make videos like me, I try to have a good relationship with as many of them as I can. Many of them are my close friends. The ones that I'm not, that I don't speak to on a daily basis, I try not to have any issues with. My just basic mantra is like, if you're not bothering me, I'm not bothering you. Just do what you do. So that's basically just the attitude I have about it. I'm good friends with a lot of them, and the ones I'm not, it's just if you're just doing you, you just do you.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel towards people making videos on you, by the way? Like, let's say, quote unquote, expose videos.
I mean, it is what it is. It's they're free to make their own content. Again, the beautiful thing about YouTube is anyone can make content on whatever they want as long as it follows guidelines and everything. And it's just something that I can't really focus on. Why would I focus on that? I need to focus on the good that I have going in life and making videos and trying to keep producing the content that I enjoy. And I feel like focusing on that is a deterrent. It doesn't help anyone. It only promotes those that are making those sort of videos.
Don't you ever want to like actually respond to them? Because I know you don't, right? You're like, I'm just gonna leave that. I'm gonna put it to the side. It happened, whatever. But I never see you respond to those people. Like if I were in your shoes, and thank God I'm not, I would go absolutely crazy. towards them, because sometimes you must know that they're in the wrong as well. Like there's a specific thing, a specific why you're doing things, and you want to explain it to him, but you don't. Is there a reason why you don't do that?
I just prefer not to get involved. Like I said, if someone wants to have that, have a certain opinion about me, or say something about me, like I said, they can't. It's a free. Well, I was gonna say it's a free country, but YouTube's not a free country and it doesn't operate by borders. But everyone is entitled to their own opinion, so they can say whatever they want. And it isn't worth it for me to try and defend myself, whether I feel like I'm right or whether I feel like I'm wrong. I just got to focus on what I feel like I do best, which is making my videos and trying to provide as good a content as I possibly can.
All right, awesome. Well, Ross, thank you so much for having a brief talk with me, dude. Like, I was already pretty sure you were a pretty cool dude, and when I spoke to you the first time, I was like, yeah, this dude's he's really awesome. He's a kind guy.
And now you think I'm a douche?
Yeah, exactly. You're a freaking douche.
Absolutely.
No, dude, you're an awesome dude, and I appreciate you for coming, for reaching out to me as well, so we could do this thing. It's freaking awesome, like for real. Like I'm like I said, I'm honored to have you on. It was absolutely awesome. Is there any like last words you want to have towards the GTA community that so loves you?
That so loves me. No, I don't think so. It was a lot of fun. This is like the I don't even know what you would call this, like a podcast or an interview. I've like never done one of these before. Number one, as I just described to you, I really just stay out of, issues that people talk about or say that they have for me. I just kind of let it go by the wayside. But I did think this was a good platform to not only talk to you as hopefully now a friend, but I know the hold you have as a respected member of the community. So again, hopefully people will see that I'm a person too, and that I like to play GTA, even though I'm not that good. I like playing, I like having fun, and hopefully just everyone can see that.
All right, cool, dude. Thank you, and
yeah.
that was it. Bye. Peace.